everyone. This is episode 4 of the Be Better show, and this is How Not to Die. It's going to be 4 tips that have been shown to prevent 80% of heart attack, stroke, and dementia. So it's 4 key habits and elements to our life that if we institute them, we prevent most of things that kill most people. So these are the core habits that allow us to live a healthier lifestyle. So these are things that I tell all of my patients. I try to mention it at the end of each visit, and there are metrics that I try to follow and at least make sure that I remind people because it gives you something to work towards. We all kind of know, or we think we know the things we should be doing. We think we kind of have an idea. But again, these are 4 clear habits that have been shown with evidence-based research to extend your life. And that's what we all want. We all want to live as long as we can. We want to be as mobile as we can during this life as we can and enjoy as much quality of life as long as we can. And so here are, today we're going to discuss 4 key habits to help us with that. And so these 4 key habits, they have been teased out of lots of research. Good resources about these habits are found in the book, literally How Not to Die. That's by Dr. McGregor. He is a giant. Hello, somebody has joined us. He is a giant. If you are here, please comment in the chat. I can interact with you. Let me know who you are. I can't see who you are, but type something and tell me who you are. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. So Dr. McGregor is a family medicine doctor who is a giant in lifestyle medicine. He has a wonderful website called nutritionfacts.org where he collates and compiles all the latest research, and not just latest, like he'll do studies from the 70s and the 50s, all the research about certain health habits or certain things that we kind of know about, but we don't know for sure. And he puts it to the test. That's his catchphrase, like, let's put it to the test, because we don't know until we really see. And so these are activities and metrics that, when put to the test, have been shown to extend our lives. And so we're going to go over them. So we're going to do the very first one, and that is eating plants. We know that. Eat plants. We know we should be eating fruits and vegetables. We know that that is a part of a healthy life. We know that if we go back to eating how we historically ate, and that's for honestly most cultures before the advent of industrialized food production and just work, we typically farmed and we ate food of the earth. Black Americans, right? Even as slaves, we typically ate lots of fruits and vegetables, and it was only sporadically that we had animal products. That was a luxury. And that's actually across most of the world before industrialization made everything so easy. And so whatever culture you are, if you go back to how your grandparents ate, typically there are going to be lots and lots of plants and very little meat, because that is what's cheap. When we farm, it's literally food of the earth, food from the earth. And those are the things that I think of it as God intended us to eat, but at least evolution intended us to eat and has been perfecting for quite a while. So we know the more plants we eat, the better. And we know that if we crowd out our diet with plants, we tend to lose weight as well, because plants are very nutrient dense, but not very calorically dense. So they tend to have lots of macro and micronutrients and vitamins and minerals, but not a ton of calories. So it's a very healthful way to eat for our waistline, but it's also a good way to eat just for all the things that we need. So the very next one is to exercise. Duh. We know that. We know we should be eating plants, and we know we should be moving. We know that, right? Studies show that the optimal amount of movement that we should get is at least 150 minutes a week. And so if you split that up, that's about 30 minutes 5 times a week, or however you find that doable. If you want to do something every day, and you want to do a little bit of something every day, then you can do 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes 7 days a week is about 140 minutes. So you maybe need like 23 minutes, right? Or 22 minutes to get it exactly. My math is not perfect. Actually, it's 21, but whatever. Like 21 point something. But, you know, you can move a little bit every day. And then if you say, you know what, I hear you, doc. I know I need to exercise those 20 minutes a day, but I don't have time to do that. I also advocate functional fitness. So that's finding fitness wherever you are. These are the adages that everybody has heard of, park as far away from your job as you can. When I'm in the office, I try to go to the furthest restroom. So I go to the restroom upstairs and down the hall if I can. Um, you also, some people like to just walk at a mall. Again, parking far, taking just walk breaks. Now with Corona, we obviously are wearing the mask and may not be visiting people in person as much as we were. But, taking a break to walk and talk to somebody rather than just sitting at your office. All right. So that is number three. No, number two is to exercise. Again, number one is to eat plants. And number two is to exercise. I want to backtrack on the exercise as well. We know that 150 minutes is the bare minimum that everybody should be getting, and that's adults. That's 150 minutes a week. Children should be getting at least 60 minutes a day. So children need actually more movement than adults. So children need to be getting 160 minutes a day, 60 minutes a day, and adults need to get 150 minutes per week. And that's if you want to maintain. If you are trying to lose weight, you actually want to get 300 minutes a week. And so instead of 30 minutes 5 times a day or 5 times a week, I'm so sorry for misspeaking, you want to double that. So that's about an hour 5 times a week. Again, if you're trying to lose weight, you want to exercise about 300 minutes a week. And that is about 1 hour 5 times a week, which is a lot and it's a commitment. But once you get into it, it gets better. I was chatting with a friend earlier today and we talked about other habits or other keys or tips for exercising is maybe to get it done in the morning and be done with it. There's something known as willpower fatigue. And so it's very hard to make ourselves do the things we don't want to do as the day goes on. When you make all those decisions about what email I'm going to send and what clothes I'm going to wear, our decisions quality wanes throughout the day. And so by the end of the day, when it's 7 o'clock at night, we're not going to make the decision to go to the gym like we promised ourselves. And it's going to be a lot easier to eat that brownie because we just don't have the willpower anymore. We used it all up during the day. All right. Number three is actually, I feel like I jumped ahead. Yep, well, that's how I put it. Number three is to not smoke, right? We know this. Studies have been showing probably for the past 30, 40 years that smoking is not healthy and it contributes to poor health outcomes. And so if you smoke, that actually probably should have been number one. You want to quit. When we know the lending a hand model of diabetes, we know that not smoking is one of the most important things that we can do to prevent heart attack, stroke, and poor outcomes with diabetes. So if you smoke cigarettes, and that's what I'm referring to as smoking tobacco, these are the things that are linked to poor health outcomes, you want to quit. And quitting can be difficult. It takes more than one try to quit smoking. Tell your doctor if you're trying to quit smoking. It is completely normal to fail at quitting smoking. We know that you're going to relapse, but eventually you will quit. You just have to stick to it. So that's that about smoking. Don't smoke. It's not good for you. We all know not to smoke, right? This is old news, but sometimes people have to be told. I also want to say smoking does provide something to people. It provides a break and a moment for relaxation. So when you are ready to quit smoking, you want to find something that you can replace it with. Nicotine replacements are awesome. And I don't literally mean only nicotine replacements. But whatever it is where you feel like you needed a piece of peace during the day, you want to figure out how can you replace that in your life. People often go to food, and we know when you quit smoking, you're going to gain about 10 pounds, but maybe you want to build in meditation in your life or something else. So when you need to take that break as you normally would take it multiple times during the day to get peace, you want to do it without smoking. So maybe that's just going outside and breathing. But with any new habit, as I've said on the show previously, you want to make sure it's not a trigger. So don't go to the place where you used to smoke to take a meditation break because you're going to have other triggers that you may not even be aware of telling you it's time for your cigarettes, right? It's time to smoke. So create a new life and a new habit surrounding not smoking, but just remember what you're giving up and replace that with something. All right. And finally, number four, which builds upon habits 1 and 2, that is to be a healthy BMI. So a healthy BMI is between 19 and 24. Actually, it's below 25, below 25 and above 19. So it's right in that bracket. So like 24.99 and 19.01. So you want to be a healthy BMI. BMI is body mass index. So it's basically how much you weigh compared to how tall you are. Now, there is some thought and there is critique over the BMI and how accurate it is for people, especially people of different sizes, people who are more muscular. I know they're often African Americans think that it doesn't apply to them, but it's a very good, quick and dirty metric, right? It's not the be all end all. Body fat analyzation is probably more accurate, but a very quick and dirty way to compare different people of different sizes to get an idea about their health is BMI. So it's not the best, but it is something. All right, I'm actually adding on overlays as we go because I'm janky, but that's okay. I got some more comments. You need it on IG? Absolutely. I'm gonna try to figure out how to repost it on IG. I now have StreamYard, which is new, and I think that I'm able to stream to various sources at the same time. Next week, we're gonna work on getting them live streamed on all of the platforms immediately. Each week I'm trying to get better. Hey, Miss Wanda, thank you for joining me. You're super, super supportive. I love you. Yes, record and upload to IGTV. I agree. That's the plan. I'm also going to upload it to YouTube as well. I have a YouTube channel that does not have anything on it at all, but it soon will. So let's go over the 4 health behaviors again that have been shown to prevent 80% of heart attack, stroke, and dementia. And again, we know that these are like top causes 1, 2, 3 of death in the US. So if we can prevent this with lifestyle, things that we can do that are in our control, that we do not have to have someone else do for us, there we are. We're transforming our health and our life. Got a new comment. Hey, you're back. I know. I know. You do have my back. I love you. So behavior 1 is, again, eating the 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. I got lost in the sauce. This is what I get. I should have did this before. Behavior 2 is exercising at least 150 minutes per week. Next, we have behavior 3, which is, it's coming. It was smoking. I have these transposed. Sorry, guys, about that. But I liked how behavior 3 came behind behavior 1 and 2, because if you, let me go back to 1. If you're eating 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, and you're getting 150 minutes of exercise per week, or you're getting the 300 minutes of exercise per week that's recommended for weight loss, eventually you will be a healthy BMI. So if you keep building on those habits, you keep turning that wheel again and again, eventually your health ends up where you are a healthy BMI. So habits 1 and 2 will contribute to habit 3. I'm adding my next overlay. I'm so sorry. I'm so janky, guys. I'm working on it. The next overlay is not smoking. We know this. We know, again, how detrimental smoking can be to our health. So we know that we should not do it. And again, that's smoking tobacco. And that's because tobacco is an irritant to our lungs. These are not the resources. I think I talked about them, but here are some resources that I want to mention. The How Not to Die book by Dr. Greger. I also mentioned his website of nutritionfacts.org. Please check out the website. It has hundreds, probably thousands of videos that are evidence-based about any and everything in health you can think of. If you want to know what are the studies for apple cider vinegar and weight loss, it's on there. And not just one study, all the studies. Like in his in his video, he will talk about 10 studies about it, and there are multiple videos about it. What foods are good for weight loss, like any and everything that you had a question on and there's research on about health, he talks about it. Recently had a post about kombucha and is it really a healthy drink? Turns out the research says not so much. We thought it would be, not really. Excellent. And let's see. So I think this is some more resources are apps that you can use to track your healthy behavior. And Dr. Greger actually has an app called The Daily Dozen, where there's a dozen foods that he wants you to track every day to eat. And so it's like, 2 servings of cruciferous vegetables and, 2 or 3 fruits, but like it's all research based. So if you want to get in the nuts and bolts of it and be as healthy as you can be, it has like a tablespoon of flax every day. Be as healthy as you can be. Please check it out. I'm going to go back to the books that I recommended. Also supported in the same line is a China study by T. Colin Campbell, another giant in lifestyle medicine, as well as the Blue Zones. And the apps, again, you can also use MyFitnessPal to track your calories, to track the nutrients that you're actually getting. For example, tracking fiber can be very helpful. Tracking protein and other things can be helpful. And finally, there's a third thing on there, which is my personal app, Habitly, which is a gamified habit tracker app and habit maker, habit developer. So that is coming soon. That's probably coming in Q3. We are working on it as we speak because I really want my patients to, succeed. And finally, that is pretty much it. So if you could follow me on Facebook and Instagram and all my socials, I think they're here. Also, if you go to my website, quench.clinic, you are able to join my mailing list and my newsletter and get these tips in your email as well, and also get updates of when I'm going live so you won't be surprised like today. That would be wonderful. So just imagine if these 4 key habits and behaviors you took to heart. Imagine if you started eating 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day and exercising 150 minutes per week. And if you smoke, you quit, but you never smoked, but you don't smoke, and you are a normal BMI. And so as you get older, you age gracefully. Here you are, age 80, 90, like my aunts, and living a wonderful, healthy life where you have your mobility, and your life. You have control of your life because you're not ill by chronic illnesses that make you feel unwell. And there's always, you can improve these things no matter where you are. Even if you are 60 and you're not doing any of them, if you start adding these in and you start doing them, if you choose one, if you choose all of them, imagine where you'll be, right? Like your life will just be so much better and enriched. So thank you guys so much. Bye.